And anything to add? You did share with us some of your work around workforce development that you want to...
I can walk through that at a high level.
Sure.
That's useful. The airport has an employment community partnership office we established in 1997 to help make sure San Franciscans know about the jobs available at the airport. We've recently increased the staffing in that office to 4 people. They also do a lot of outreach to community-based organizations in San Francisco. We particularly target communities on the southern part of San Francisco because of the ease and accessibility to the airport, but we do try and reach out to the entire San Francisco community. We have 29 individuals working through the City Build program, working primarily related to the Terminal 2 project, so that partnership is working well. We have 88 interns overall in high school, college, engineering, at-risk youth programs. So 88 overall in the current year, and we are increasing the number of high school and college interns by 15. This was information requested by Supervisor Campos. So about a 25% increase in the number of high school, college interns we'll be taking on this summer. That's a very high-level overview. Be happy to answer any questions.
Just a few questions. How many staff are in the airport that are overseeing workforce development?
So we have 4 staff working at. It started as a 2-person office. It grew to 3, probably 5 or 6 years ago, and then to 4 full-time people this year, and that's reflected in the budget for next year.
And they're all working out of the same.
Out of the same office. It's an office in the International Terminal right next to the BART station, so good transit access. And they maintain a website that is got a very large number of people accessing the website, 80,000 hits on our job website last year. Almost all of the airport employers do post jobs, and Virgin America especially has been very cooperative. United Airlines, our big employers do post their jobs at the Employment Information Center. We have a hard time tracking who actually gets jobs as a result. So we're trying to find ways to do some tracking or surveying, but today I can't give you that specific information.
Since you have so many different entities that are working with the One Stop, but you have people coming through the One Stop, so once they get hired on, you don't see them come back again to be able to...
They go directly to the employers, so we don't know what happens after they contact the employers. But maybe through a survey method we can get better information. For the people, like the people who go through our internship programs, such as the at-risk youth program, we actually work with those youth to try and place them in jobs. We follow up with them in phone calls to see how they're doing. So those youth we can track very well. But people who come in on a one-visit stop to our Employment Information Center, today we can't track their progress in finding a job.
And the factors in your programs, how would they vary for the factors that people who enter the program and don't get placed in jobs? Is it mostly availability? Are people who enter, are they not finishing programs? We've done really well with the at-risk youth. These are the youth who really need the most assistance, and over the years it's varied from 70 to 100% placement. I don't really have good information beyond a few people I know of few youth who didn't work out, either didn't stay with the job requirements or other family obligations, but generally do very well. Relative to the work in the airport, is there a project labor agreement in the airport?
We have a project stabilization agreement we put in place in 1996 to cover our master plan. That stabilization agreement is continuing to cover projects including Terminal 2, the $383 million project that's underway today. We're also going to clarify that 1996 agreement. We feel that it was intended to cover the work on the remodeling of boarding area B and the control tower and potentially the remodeling of boarding area E, so we will be going before the Airport Commission to clarify that so that those projects can be covered under the Project Stabilization Agreement.
And then is there any language in the Project Stabilization Agreement that determines mandated local hiring or levels of local hiring? Is that
there are requirements to work with community-based organizations and trying to make sure that jobs are made available to San Francisco residents. The biggest challenge we face under that agreement is that the unions that cover the work at San Francisco International Airport are San Mateo County-based unions, and the hiring has to be done off those roles. But we have found ways, such as the City Build program, where 29 individuals have been able to come to work under a project stabilization agreement project, and by virtue of the project stabilization agreement in place. So we think we can still overcome those obstacles in getting jobs for San Franciscans.
so? Because the airport's in San Mateo County, so there aren't any San Francisco-based unions that have the ability to do direct relationship and hiring through the airport?
Not for construction work. All the construction work is by San Mateo County unions. Some of the non-construction unions are San Francisco-based, such as SEIU and the Food and Beverage Workers Union.
That relationship is determined by the project stabilization agreement or
By the agreement between,
airport and San Mateo?
I think it's a jurisdictional issue between the unions. That's the way the jurisdictions have been established by the unions over the years.